Okay, welcome. Well, don't look at the don't look at the title of the video yet. Welcome to Ramblings of a Mad Guy, visual edition. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna be reacting. I don't know. This is a thing people do on YouTube, and then they get famous. And I don't really care about being famous, but to be rich would be nice. So this is Reese Reacts, Rambling Reese Reacts, YouTube. So anyway, I haven't clicked on this yet. I don't know what it's gonna be about, but the title is pretty funny. It's not. It's called "Inside the Life of a Virtuous Pedophile." Except it must be British because they call it a pedophile with an A. All right, let's see how this. Yep, themes that are disturbing.
I am a pedophile. I'm not a monster.
Okay, can I ask a question? Why does he look like a pedophile? Do you know what I mean? Like, does he have to look like a pedophile? I guess the point of this video is going to be I guess we'll watch it. But the point is going to be he's a pedophile that doesn't act on his urges. That's what I'm getting here, right? So why can't he just wear a suit and go to the gym? Okay, let's.
I have the traction, but I don't act on it.
Oh, he doesn't have an arm either. Oof. Jesus. He wrote an online essay.
I am Todd Nickerson. I'm a non-offending.
I love this. I love the. I love Barcroft TV or whatever. It was like reading online some pedophile forum or something, and they were like, "Yeah, this guy. This is gonna be our next. This is gonna bring us to the big time." Barcroft TV. Look at this. He wrote an online essay. Barcroft TV spent 2 days with him to investigate his claims. This video has 5 million views. This guy got promoted. The guy that was like, let's go hang out with the pedophile. He got promoted. Okay, let's keep going. I don't want to.
Todd Nickerson. I'm a non-offending pedophile. I have never, ever sexually abused a child. I never will.
That's good.
I do not look at child porn. I never will.
Good.
I obey the laws. I respect the laws. I respect society's position on this. I understand it and agree with it. I am part of one of the most hated groups of society. No question about it. Yeah. We are the scapegoats du jour. If you look at history, there's always one minority that seems to be the one that everybody kind of persecutes, and I think we're it. I'm campaigning for...
That's true, man. That is true. If there's one minority throughout history that people have persecuted, it's the pedophiles. I'm just not sure what your point is. Right? I guess is he trying to take part in the oppression Olympics here with the boo-hoo, I'm sorry, it is terrible. It's good for this guy if it's true that he's never acted on his pedophilia. But anyway, let's keep going.
For better treatment of people like me, we're non-offending pedophiles. Not all pedophiles are child molesters, and not all child molesters are pedophiles.
All child molesters are pedophiles. Let's just be... Can we be clear about that? Can we be... let's see what he has to say about this, I guess. But I feel like all child molesters are pedophiles. I see what he's saying. Not all pedophiles are child molesters. That's what he is, He's not a child molester.
Pedophile is, strictly speaking, is just somebody who has the sexual attraction to children. They may act on it, they may not. Pedophiles come from all walks of life. We come from all sorts of economic backgrounds, different occupations, and we look like everybody else.
No, you don't.
There are a lot of teachers and people that, who do work with kids, but I think most of us just hold regular jobs.
How would you say you manage to control your sexual urges?
A lot of
He's
people
sweating.
think that if you're attracted to kids that you have some kind of like unusual degree of urge to go out and attack kids, and it's not like that. Most people, when they see somebody they're attracted to, do they automatically think, oh, I want to jump on them and have sex with them? So it's the same with us. It's just
pedophilia.
we just happen to be attracted to kids.
He didn't answer. First of all, he just did not answer the question at all. The guy was like, "How do you control your urges? To feel whatever And maybe he's saying what he means. Maybe what he means is like by attacking is like also seducing, but like weird video so far. Because like he didn't answer the question. He didn't even say that he did really control his urges. He just explained why, like what his urge is. He's like, no, I don't want to attack the kids. I just want to have sex with them. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, that's how every fucking pedophile, justifies it. Anyway, we'll keep going.
What age groups are you attracted to?
I would say it probably starts about 4 years old, and then goes up into early 20s, late teens, early 20s.
20s?
And,
wait a second. Then just do the 20s thing. Like, that's illegal, you know what I mean? That's legal. You don't have to be a pedophile to date 20-year-olds, If that's really in your attractive range, what? Why have the 4-year-olds at all? I feel like this guy is just sort of, like, I'm more leaning now, and we'll see where this goes, but I'm more leaning now that this guy's, like, not so much even really a pedophile, and he's more just, like, an internet nerd looking for attention. Like, he's trying to be this contrarian, weird... What kind of pedophile likes 20-year-olds? All right, let's keep going.
It kind of peaks at about, 9, 10 years old.
Well, that's creepy. Yeah, that's pedophilic, for sure. Yeah, and legalizing sexual contact with minors with the pedophile. Discovered the website Virtuous Pedophiles. It's like they're like a gang of superheroes.
Political activist
they fly around
for Virtuous Pedophiles, which is a forum that I belong to.
I mean,
I'm out, talking to the media and things, and basically
Virtuous.
making the case for VirPed.
VirPed. There's always a name for something on the internet. I love that.
The forum is devoted to helping pedophiles who do not want.
Wait. I guess I understand. It's better to have these VirPeds.
To offend.
Than to have just
there
peds.
are.
See what I mean? It's better to have at least some of the peds going Vir. If they really do. Which I believe that they do. A guy that writes this whole fucking spiel. Why wouldn't he go VirPed? Okay.
Approximately a few thousand members. We have people who do feel guilty,
I can agree with
deal
that.
with shame, and we try to help them get past that because, they didn't choose their sexuality. As long as they're not acting on it and they're devoted to doing the right thing, our philosophy is there's no reason to feel guilty for that. We can talk about books or movies or music or whatever, Just basically, it's just a hangout spot, kind of an all-purpose forum for non-offending pedophiles.
But do you see what I mean? Like, what if you're a non-offending pedophile? Then why do you need a forum for other pedophiles to hang out with? Why don't you just hang out with normal people and try to be normal? Like, what is the point? Like, if the unifying factor of the website is pedophilia, don't you think that might sort of like compound their disease, sort of, or at least like, you know, it's almost like a perverse way to like keep your mind on it or like identify yourself as a person that loves children. But wouldn't it be better to not to have just try to join normal society? Maybe they do that as well. I'll keep.
My goals are to educate the public and also to bring people who are struggling with this attraction to our forum so that we can help them, you know, provide a circle of support for them. There's not a lot of people that are out and doing what I do. There's just a handful of us doing it.
The public face of the virtuous pedophile.
What was your reaction?
I
when you
mean, what did that
first
do to his
decided
career?
To show your face on the internet.
Oh,
so
well,
to
there we
speak?
go.
What was the reaction from the public, or?
Yeah.
Well, I got a pretty public backlash.
Yeah.
But by the same token, I actually got a lot of support privately. I got hundreds and hundreds of emails from people who were very supportive.
pedophiles.
A lot of them were people who were survivors of abuse.
Ooh.
Are you worried about your own personal safety in putting yourself in the public eye?
You know, I used to be worried about my safety, and I do take some precautions. I carry this pocket knife with me just in case I ever get attacked.
No.
It's never happened, but, you know, I've got it if I
Are they
need
going to
it.
explain the arm?
It's a
They
spring
haven't
blade.
explained that, have they?
There might be some crazy out there who decides to attack me. Plus I have this, so,
Right.
you know, that tends to deter most people.
Yeah, that would deter me, probably.
I was born without my right hand.
Ah.
It just didn't grow properly. I have to wear this. Slips right back on.
That's interesting. How did they, with his other hand? Or by flexing?
There was one event that basically hammered it home for me. I call it my eureka moment. It was the moment I realized I'm interested in these younger girls. I was 13, and a neighbor had come over to visit. He had brought his little daughter with him. She was probably about 7 or 8 years old. I was sitting in the living room drawing, and I just remember looking up and just being blown away by how beautiful I thought she was. Initially, I repressed the feelings, you know, especially in my teen years. Because I was a regular at a church, I had asked God to take it away, and you know, I kind of felt like He had. And as I started aging and realized that the age of the girls I was attracted to were staying the same, that's kind of when I realized, you know, this was going to be a problem.
Oof. Yikes.
I went out with a girl when I was 20 years old, so she was 26. She was very petite, so she was my type physically, or I thought, you know, at the time. At this time, I still wasn't really that attracted to adults, but I thought, well, maybe I can make this work, you know. We dated for about 3 weeks. I kept putting sex off. Finally, I gave in. We tried it. It just didn't work. I went on a couple of dates after that with a couple of girls, but you know, it never really got past that first date stage, and it just, my heart
What is he
wasn't in
looking
it.
at now? Pictures of children?
For all
What
intents
is
and
it?
purposes,
What
I
the
am a
fuck is
virgin.
this?
I never had full-blown sexual intercourse. Just hasn't happened.
Well, that's
You
good.
suffered abuse
It's rather
Yeah.
as a child. Can you tell us about that?
I came over to visit my grandmother. There was a guy that they didn't really know him that well. He was an acquaintance.
Oof.
And she asked me if I would take him outside to show my grandpa's garden. And he went out to the side of the garden and sat down on the ground and patted the ground, indicating he wanted me to sit by him. And so I did, and then he just basically touched me. So it was a one-time event. I wouldn't say that it was the only thing that led to my sexuality. I would say there was probably a lot of other things that led me in that direction. But yeah, I think it was
Like
probably
what?
a
How
contributing
much
factor.
watermelon you ate? What the fuck?
You know,
How
I am
is
a
that
pretty
not the thing?
reclusive
Anyway.
person by nature, so I don't interact with the public that much anyway. You know, I don't go out of my way to be around children. If they're around me, then they're around me. You know, it happens. You can't completely cut yourself off. My niece, then my friend's daughter did that one. A friend's daughter did that one, and then a friend's daughter did that
Do
one.
they know that you're hanging their
They're
art?
okay with that.
Where-
They're fine.
Yeah, because they know I am no danger to them. You know, Probably safer with me than they are with, like, a lot of
Pedophiles.
pedophiles.
A lot of other pedophiles.
I have a pretty healthy imagination. I think it helps me to process my sexuality in healthy ways that don't involve any real children. A lot of my...
I mean, look, I'm not trying to be closed-minded here. But this man just said, I have a healthy imagination. I think you guys know what that means. It's a sickness. It's certainly gross. But, if his willpower is strong, it does look like he lives in
fantasies. Actually,
like he lives in some dilapidated
kids who are more powerful than I am. Is this idea of super powered kids, who are able to consent, because they're just super smart, or they could just crush me, if I hurt them.
Those kids exist. They're called adults. Right? Like that petite chick he was with? That's exactly what you just described. A person that looks like a kid, kinda, I guess. Mostly. But, is super smart and able to consent. They're called adults. I know I'm not gonna convince this guy that he's not. I mean, look at him. I'm not gonna convince him he's not a pedophile, but I feel like he's on the edge. I feel like he could almost go non-pedophile. Alright, let's finish this up.
My family recognizes that I'm doing something important, that I'm kind of a pioneer, that I'm out here doing something that really needs to be done.
Pioneer.
Raising awareness and letting people know what people like me deal with and what we struggle with. I'm happier every day, and I feel like I have a purpose now. I am neither proud nor ashamed of being a pedophile. At this point, I just accept it. It's who I am.
A pedophile. Hey. There you have it. I mean, at the end of the day, what do I feel? From porn star to pastor? That could be the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, that could be your very next video. Like, how do I feel about the non-practicing pedophile? It's creepy. I don't think I'd want to be friends with the guy. Just personally, just because I know that he like imagines children in that way. But like I said, it's undoubtedly better to be a pedophile who does not touch children or hurt people than to be one that does. But it's also just better to not be a pedophile. But, if you can't control it, you can't control it. And that's how it is. Ramblings of a Mad Guy coming at you with some more pedophilia. I don't know why this is just always the topic, but hey, can't control where we're at,